genetically modified foods. This topic is very important. GM foods become a major part of modern agriculture. However, people around the world have different meanings about GM foods. Some of them believe that genetically modified foods solve the global hunger and improve agriculture, but others worry about health, environmental and ethical issues, and this presentation we will explore what GM foods are and why scientists create them and what influences public perception and how scientists, societies respond to these concerns. So, first of all, we have to know what is genetically modified food is. So, traditional farming relies on natural breeding over many generations. Farmers select any seeds, corns, and they continue growing them over time. But genetic modification is different. Scientists change the genetic material of organism to improve specific characteristics precisely and quickly. For example, GM corns modified to survive what? To survive
insects, diseases, and also
to survive droughts, resist insects, etc. So most common GM crops worldwide are corn, soybeans, cotton, canola, and rice. Okay. So before continuing, we have to know some new vocabularies related to this topic. Because it helps us to understand the topic clearly. That's why, if you want, we will read all these words with its definition. Okay. The first one is genetically modified foods. These foods are produced from organisms whose genetic material has been changed using biotechnology. Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Okay. The second one, read please, Rehana, with its definition.
Biotechnology, the use of science and technology to improve plants, animals, or microorganisms.
Okay, thank you. The third one, Marta, read it please.
I can't see.
Oh, sorry. No?
No.
Can you read?
No.
Okay, if you want, I will continue. The third one is genetic modification. Genetic modification is the process of changing the genes of organisms to improve specific characteristics. The next one is traits. Traits is the special qualities or characteristics of a plant or organism. Next one is agricultural expansion. It's the growth and development of farming activities over time. Global adaptation is the acceptance and the use of something by many countries around the world. Environmental tolerance is the ability of plants to survive difficult environmental conditions like drought or heat. Nutrition is the process of getting the food and nutrients necessary for health and growth. Next one is pesticides, are chemicals used to kill insects and protect crops from damage. Resistance to pests is the ability of plants to defend themselves against insects, fungi, or disease. Next one is public perception, is the way people think or feel about a subject. Next one is specific consensus. It's a general agreement among scientists about the topic. Next one is food security. Food security is having enough safe and nutritious food for all people. Next one is shelf life. Do you know this word?
No.
Shelf life is the length of time food can stay fresh before spoiling. Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Okay, next one is allergies. You know this, yeah? Biodiversity, this word is also because we talked about our previous lessons.
Yes.
So the next one is herbicide resistant superweeds. Do you know what is superweeds?
No.
Weeds that become difficult to kill because they resist herbicides. Ethical concerns worries about whether something is morally right or wrong. Misinformation, you know this word, yeah?
Yes.
It's what? False information, yeah? Transparency. Transparency is openness and honesty in sharing information. Labeling, do you know these words?
Yes.
Okay. Regulation is also, yeah? Prehistoric in everything?
Yes.
Okay. Sustainable foods. And the last one is consumers. Okay. And after presentation, we have to discuss the topic, yeah? At the time, you may use from this vocabulary. Okay, the next one is the rapid expansion of agricultural biotechnology over time. So in early 1990s, the flavor saver tomato was introduced. Yeah, it was designed to stay fresh longer. During 2000s and 2010s, GM crops spread rapidly across North and South America. Today, millions of hectares of farmland, GM crops cover massive, though public acceptance remains deeply divided. Okay, look at the next slide. Why scientists develop genetically modified crops? Scientists develop these for several important reasons, like increasing food production. The next one is resistance to pests and disease. Here, plants modified to fight off insects, viruses, or fungi. Yeah. Next one is environmental tolerance and survive droughts, extreme temperature, or poor soil. Next one here, GM crops improved also nutrition. Golden rice contains vitamin A to prevent malnutrition. And finally, reduced pesticides. Now look at the next slide. What shapes public opinion on GM foods? Here we will discuss public perception of genetically foods. The first one is trust in science. What does it mean? This? A lot of people trust in scientists, yeah, or research organizations. The second one is media and internet. Here, social media or internet news reports can give us any information. I mean, here we can understand information and misinformation about these. Yeah? Education level is also plays an important role here. Culture, religion, emotions, and fear also can shape public perception about GM foods. Now look at this side. The optimistic view focuses on global solutions. So look here. Possible abilities are lower food prices, increased food supply and security. Next one is better nutrition profiles. Next one is longer shelf life, reduced chemicals. And the last one is help for farmers in difficult climates. Supporters believe that GM crops can solve the global hunger and improve food security in developing countries. The next slide is about the skeptical view of focuses on potential risks. So some people worry about health risks, such as allergies, toxic reactions, etc. And next one is environmental concerns. People worry that GM crops may reduce biodiversity or create superweeds. Next one is ethical and religious concerns. It's also important. Some believe that humans should not interfere with nature by changing genes. Yeah. And the next one is corporate control. The next one, the media. So in this slide, you can see the media and the internet, how the media and the internet influences around the world. Scientific organizations and educational programs provide clear information on benefits and safety. However, social media rumors and sensational headlines spread misinformation and attract attention through fear. As a result, it confuse public receiving conflicting information. So here we can see some scientific organizations such as World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture Organizations, and USA Food and Drug Administration, and the last one is National Academy of Sciences. Have you heard about these organizations?
Yes.
So, do you know World Health Organization? Have you any information about this? Who knows? Do you know who does?
Yes.
Okay. What do you know?
If I'm not mistaken, this organization evaluates world's wealth, like areas, domains, natural resources, just development, abilities of the country.
What about others? Okay, let's continue. Most major scientific organizations state that approved GM foods currently on the market have passed safety tests and are not proven to be more dangerous than conventional food. However, scientists agree continuous monitoring and research remain important. In this picture, we can see the comparing the public concerns and scientific realities. Many people fear of allergies and toxic reactions. Yeah. and scientists respond that approved foods pass strict safety tests and are generally safe. Next one is environmental category and corporate category. An environmental category is a most public concern is the creation of superweeds and loss of biodiversity. These are considered valid concern requiring continuous monitoring and responsible farming practices. And the last one is large companies control its patents. This is a valid social issue separate from biological safety. Okay, public attitudes vary dramatically by region. Countries such as United States, Brazil, and Argentina widely grow and consume GM crops with higher costs. The path forward requires science and trust. Public perception remains complex, while the scientific consensus supports the safety and benefits of approved GM foods. Skepticism persists due to misinformation and ethical concerns. So, this is the end of the topic. So, now, I have an activity for look at this activity. Before consolidating this topic, I prepared for you this activity. Here, and both teams have the same questions, and you have to work with your team here. Questions are taken from vocabulary related to the GM foods. If you are ready, in each group come only 4 numbers. Be quick. Now, as a second task, so you should find advantage and disadvantages of GM foods. The first group, you have to find information about advantages of GM foods, and the second one is disadvantages. Okay, so you have 10 minutes for preparing. You may write, draw, anything. Here you have markers, papers. If you are ready, let's start.
relate more easily and cheaply. This is helpful for large families and poor communities. Lower
Modified technology can help produce food in difficult conditions, like these GM foods can help us fight with hunger problems. First of all, it helps us to improve more crops, and the scientists are working on it. So we can use this genetically modified food in countries which face with global hunger, and so.
Ethically modified crops can grow faster and produce more food than a normal crop, and also farmers can harvest larger amounts from the same land.
Shelf life, contain GM fruits and vegetables stay fresh longer, and also they do not spoil during the transportation, and they do not spoil quickly during the transportation. Stores can keep them for more days, and people save their money and produce waste of the food.
Ethically modified resistance to insects. Some GB plants are protected from harmful insects, and the insects damage fewer crops in the field. Farmers don't lose much food during farming.
Genetically modified food has disadvantages. First one would be a potential health risk because it can have a bad impact on our health problems. First of all, it will have an unexpected allergy and toxicity in our organism, and also some have long-term health problems.
Another disadvantage of genetically modified food is, in this picture we can see, on the left side we see fresh and natural apple, on the other side we see genetically modified foods. This picture shows that genetically modified foods are always not good and nutritious as food.
Minerals use chemicals on GM crops for bigger harvest, but these chemicals can accidentally kill helpful insects like bees and butterflies, and destroying nature's balance and pollinations.
One of the main disadvantages of genetically modified food is genetic contamination. And genetic contamination is unintentional transfer of genetically modified genes into non-GM crops or wild plants. It may reduce biodiversity in agriculture and may lots of disadvantages.
It's a picture described as long-term use of GM crops and chemical can reduce the fertility and human beneficial microorganisms. And it suggests that reported human chemical fertilities over time this may take the soils less healthy and less useful, effective for farming.
For active participating. Now I have another task for you. I've prepared some questions related to the topic. So when you have an answer, you have to ring the bell. Where is the bell? Okay. Here you have to answer quickly. You know this game, yeah? Okay. If you're ready, we'll start. Okay. The first question, listen attentively, please. What are genetically modified foods? Okay, first row.
Genetically modified foods, foods that can run. Genetically modified foods, these foods that made from scientists, and these foods can survive from heat and diseases and insects also. Generally, this food is unhealthy but very helpful for people's future.
GM crops. Okay, second row.
In order to save insects and other animals, and in order to have more qualified foods.
And also starvation, if the crops will be good, it can prevent the starvation.
And in the Brazil, it's coffee. And they can
We talked about these in our presentation, yeah? Can you count these? Corn, rice, soybeans, cotton, yeah. Okay. Thank you for active participating. Our lesson is over. Thank you.